The San Diego County Fair returns today. Thanks for joining us at 6 a.m., everyone. I'm Eric Conard.
And I'm Neda Irampur. Our Evan Narani and Chris Grow, both live in Del Mar. So we are going to have a preview of the fair, plus a look at Del Mar's history coming up in just a few minutes.
Right now, we do want to get to our top stories here. Hunter Biden, now the first child of a sitting U.S. president to be convicted of a crime. A Delaware jury found Hunter guilty on all 3 felony counts of making false statements about using drugs when purchasing a gun and unlawfully possessing that gun while addicted to drugs back in October of 2018. We are hearing from one of the jurors.
Treated it just like we would any other case. It wasn't about Hunter Biden. It wasn't about his family. It wasn't politically motivated. It was what he did.
President Biden says he accepts the outcome, vowing to respect the process as Hunter considers an appeal. Hunter faces up to 25 years in prison, though legal experts say a first-time offender of a nonviolent crime is not likely to get the maximum penalty.
No, he's probably not going to prison if similarly situated defendants wouldn't. But the appellate grounds may be more along the lines of Second Amendment protections, which makes it far more complicated than simply did this jury get it wrong. So I would expect us to see that appeal after sentencing, which hasn't been set yet.
A separate California trial against Hunter Biden on tax charges begins in September. He has also pleaded not guilty in that case.
And now this just in, Hamas is asking for changes to a ceasefire proposal with Israel. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken says some of their proposed changes are workable and some are not. He gave no details about what they were, but says mediators will keep working on a deal. New this morning, 8 suspected terrorists with ties to ISIS were arrested right here in the U.S. They were arrested in Los Angeles, New York, and Philadelphia. All of them are from the country Tajikistan. They entered the U.S. this year through the Mexican border. They were vetted and allowed to remain in the country. Authorities say there was no evidence of an active terrorist plot.
And this also just into the newsroom here. Inflation eased a bit last month. The consumer price index was up 0.2% from April to May, but that's down from 0.3% from the previous month. Prices are up 3.4% from a year earlier. That's less than the 3.6% increase last month. The Federal Reserve has been trying to fight inflation. They will announce their latest decision on interest rates today at 11 a.m. Here at home, following months of contentious pushback here, the San Diego City Council passed a nearly $6 billion budget for the upcoming fiscal year.
So yesterday's unanimous council vote comes after major revisions to what had been put forward by Mayor Todd Gloria back in April. CBS 8's Regina Urita explains what the revised budget now looks like. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Annetta and Eric. And it seems that there are some big changes to this new budget. I can tell you that right now, it seems that most of that budget on Tuesday, the San Diego City Council gave the green light to the mayor's proposed $5.8 billion. It seems that big deficit had led to some pretty intense negotiations. There had been some backlash regarding the mayor's original spending plan. But during last night's vote, the newly updated 2025 budget passed unanimously.
However, we wanted there to be money just in case we do it, and we built in a contingency to direct that money to other shelter in case the deal doesn't go through. So we tried to make sure we were accounting for multiple scenarios.
And so Council President Sean Elo Rivera supported the new budget, which includes $6 million in contingent allocations for a 1,000-bed shelter in Middletown. That is still up for discussion and has not been approved yet. Other big changes include $3 million for the Communities Equity Fund for the January 22nd flood victims. There's also $1 million for a youth care and development program and $5.2 million in rental subsidies to help prevent homelessness. These changes, of course, come after many impacted community members criticize the mayor's drafted budget for being disproportionately unfair. Now, in the next half hour, we'll hear from community members and how they feel about the newly passed budget. Eric Annetta.
All right, Regina, thank you so much for that.
All right, you feeling a little nostalgic here on this Wednesday? Well, why not go retro with us? That's the theme of the San Diego County Fair this year.
Let's go retro.
Yeah.
A lot of neon. It's about to open to the public in just a few hours from now. CBS 8's Chris Grow is there already, live at the fairgrounds with that preview. I can't get over how bright it is there,
Yeah.
Chris. Good morning.
Bright. I'm not really sure what the sunrise time is. We'll let Evan kind of decide that. But I tell you what, the lights are pretty bright here at the Del Mar Fairgrounds here for the San Diego County Fair. It's the neon. It's also the smiles from people that are out here waiting for San Diegans to come here to the fair. So I want to bring in Tristan here because we're going to be seeing a lot of smiles and maybe even some screams and laughs here when we're talking about rides. I wanted to focus on this one, Overdrive. This is a new one to the San Diego County Fair, right?
That's correct. It's new to the fair this year. We have 18 rides that are new to the fair this year in total.
So when you're coming out here as a customer, you've got little ones, or maybe it's a group of you and your friends, you're 18 and older. How is it that you guys diversify sort of the rides that are available for everyone?
Sure. So we have 70 total rides here in 2 different zones. So we're in the fun zone right now. In the infield, we also have the family funville, so we've got more rides that are oriented toward families. We've also, I should pitch this as well, on Wednesdays and Thursdays, so today included, we have Pepsi Pay One Price ride days, so from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., you can get a wristband, you can go on unlimited rides.
Oh, that's sick. So all of those fun rides that maybe for some people don't get all the juices flowing, maybe it's not the crazy one, they can do that as many times as they want. That sounds like something more up my alley. Now, as far as the rides, and of course we know the tickets and things like that, you mentioned the Pepsi ban, but for the most part, it's going to be tickets that will get you that admission onto a ride, right?
Correct. You're going to buy a Blast Pass. You can buy it online actually now. You can get your credits and then redeem them here at sdfair.com. So we encourage people to do that so you don't have to wait in line quite as long.
All right. Well, we don't want to be too fast and too furious here, but of course, we do want to go ahead and preview this for you guys. So this is Overdrive. Thank you so much, Tristan. We are going to send things into Overdrive here on CBS 8 this morning here because, as you guys know, I love rides. Love them. In fact, last year, I went on that big whipty-dipty-doo thing. You remember? Put me really high up in the air. So we're going to live life quarter mile at a time here. Family, let's get this thing started, guys. Eric Netta?
Yeah, it's the whipty-dipty-doo thing. I don't think that was the name of the ride, but yeah. And
it was Zippy-Doo thing.
Oh, yeah, that thing. But look at Chris Grow rolling in a Beamer this morning.
Do you have your seatbelt on? Everything's okay?
Look, they see me rolling.
Get that lap bar ready and the neon lights. You're taking off, ready for this little morning cruise
Look
here.
at that.
Hair blowing in the wind.
And you know what's so cool is that we're in like the fun zone, which is definitely a little bit more up my alley, especially when you consider my Zip-Dee-Doo-Dah reference and so forth. Yeah, this is definitely more up my alley. So we're going to get the engine started here in just a little bit, guys.
CBS 8, Chris Grow, ready to put things into overdrive
the beep
here.
Right there.
Okay,
He's at
there's
a quarter
the beep.
mile an hour. He's gonna
Hold on, guys.
whopping.
Gear shift.
Okay.
Gear shift.
Right there.
Gear shift.
Oh, I hope you didn't
Whoa.
have too big of a breakfast.
Okay.
It's moving pretty quick.
This
Oh,
one.
we haven't hit up Chicken Charlie just yet, guys.
Good thing. Yeah,
It's spinning.
save that for
Pretty
the
fast.
end.
He thought this would be easy.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, look at this.
All right, guys, we'll send it back to you.
Okay, no, we want to sit on this and watch you go into literal overdrive.
Spinning really fast. He thought
stick
it was
mic.
the fun zone. He's like, oh,
Yeah.
this will be like a kid
Oh,
ride.
this is nothing.
This
And then
is
all of a
some serious
sudden,
stuff.
that ride operator's just laughing right now.
Oh, Vin Diesel could never.
He's trying to talk while doing that. That's great. Impressive stuff, Chris Grow.
Exactly.
All right, we'll check back with him, see how he's doing. We do have Evan Arati also live in Del Mar for our zip trip starting today.
Hanging out in beautiful Del Mar, one of the favorite spots for my family here. And you know why, because the sights you see there behind you, isn't it beautiful?
It's so nice out here. Good morning to you too, Netta and Eric. I'm glad I'm not on one of those rides right now. I don't know if I could muster it at this time of the morning, but it does look like Chris is having a good time out there at the fair. Another option that you've got is, of course, hanging out here by the coast in downtown Del Mar. We're at Seagrove Park this morning. If you want to come stop by, we've already seen a lot of people on their morning runs, and you can come grab a coffee, say hello to us here at Seagrove Park in Del Mar this morning. It's an overcast start to the day. Shouldn't be too much of a surprise to you, considering that's been just about every day over the last month and a half or so. You're looking at conditions outside right now, 61 degrees, pretty uniform temperatures thanks to that marine layer that's with us today. 62 in National City as we kick off the morning. And the thing is, when we looked at the forecast on Monday, we did have a lot of clearing along the coast. It was a sunny afternoon on Monday. Yesterday, Tuesday, didn't treat us quite as well. This same marine layer, which looked almost identical as it does right now, was with us yesterday throughout the day along the coastline and even towards some of our inland valleys, our western valleys at least. The expectation is that today it will not be as dense and we will get more sunshine. But again, as I have said many times before, this is kind of touch and go, right? Especially if you're along the coastline. If you're inland toward the mountains, the deserts, that's where temperatures verge into dry, hot, and in some cases, excessive heat is felt. But along the coast this afternoon, we're going for 73 degrees, good amount of sunshine. Here are those afternoon highs. Look at those 80s that have transformed, a few degrees warmer as we get toward the afternoon hours, especially moving into the western and eastern valleys. Mountains and deserts are looking really warm this afternoon. On the 8th day, the hottest day ahead is this upcoming Saturday, where temperatures along the coast should make it to the mid 70s, upper 80s as we move inland, and then into next week, we'll see those temperatures cool down a bit. For the mountains and deserts, this absolutely could include some sort of heat-related alert, a heat advisory, excessive heat warning, but it is still nonetheless going to be warm leading up to it as well. Let's check in on traffic this morning. Right now, border wait times are not causing much trouble out there. 5 southbound, 78 westbound, and 52 westbound are smooth sailing. You got speeds from 60 to 65 miles per hour. Shouldn't be causing too much trouble. Let's check in on your border wait times as we start off the morning. It's also a pretty mild start to the day in San Ysidro. Port of entry is going to take you about 55 minutes to get across. Otay Mesa Port of entry has been taking a little longer, so expect some additional delays compared to the San Ysidro Port of entry at about an 80-minute wait. But again, you'll be checking in here all morning from Del Mar. Overcast start to the day if you're along the coastline, but still a gorgeous morning nonetheless. Ned and Eric, you both know what it's like, right? We, in the mornings, have to hang out with the cloud cover. By the time we get to the afternoon,
that's all
hopefully
right.
sunshine.
Hey, we can handle it, especially there at Del Mar.
People walking their dogs out
So
there,
many things to do.
surfers, everyone. Yeah,
Yeah,
so they're gonna have a
come
good
say
time.
hello.
Thanks, Evan.
Thank you.
Coming up, we are taking a look back at Del Mar's history, including connections to big names like Bing Crosby and Desi Arnaz.